big fan of old school, retro, top-down racers. Unfortunately, as with many game genres I enjoy, I'm not any good at them, so I have absolutely no shame in telling you I turned down the difficulty to easy, I lapped my opponents despite my inability to drive straight, and I enjoyed every second of it. It's City Racing for the iPad. The idea behind City Racing is really reflected in its title. This is a top-down racer with courses based entirely on urban settings. So rather than driving on circles of pavement, you're driving through tight streets, residential areas, parking lots, even beachfronts. And in my case, that means, well, I may need a crane of some kind. Unfortunately, my lack of skill has nothing to do with the controls. They work just fine in City Racing. You have a pair of arrow keys on each side of the screen. The one controls the direction you steer, and the other is your gas and brake. As soon as you're accustomed to which direction corresponds to which button, it's all smooth sailing. In fact, the button placement is solid too. I never fumbled with them at all. But the biggest draw of City Racing is its multiplayer. You can connect with up to 6 players via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and that's really City Racing's claim to fame. I mean, honestly, the game is otherwise a pretty pedestrian racer, but if you have some friends with iPads, the enjoyment factor increases tenfold. The game does have a nice amount of content, though. There are 11 different cars, each with their own attributes and driving styles, and 45 tracks to race them on. The game also supports open faint leaderboards, as well as the ghost data from other players. That's not a bad set of features for an affordable little iOS game. There are definitely better top-down racers in the App Store, but City Racing is a solid game in its own right, especially for its multiplayer. If you have friends with iPads and you're looking for a game to spend a few hours playing together, City Racing is a perfectly good choice.